Alan, I gave you my thoughts on Emilia Perez. We saw the movie win, is it Best Picture at the Golden Globes?
Yes, I think that's prompted me to watch this
Yeah.
immediately after the Golden Globes.
Yeah, and in a category that Wicked was in.
Yeah.
Emilia Perez beat Wicked.
Yeah.
So you have now since seen Emilia Perez. I'd love to hear your review.
Yeah, let's set the context. Emilia Perez won over Wicked for Best Musical. And just to get into the plot real quick, Zoe Saldana plays a lawyer, underappreciated and underpaid. She's hired by a Mexican cartel leader to undergo a sex change operation to kind of escape all her troubles. And
go underground because as a man, Emilia was a drug cartel leader and a brutal one,
right?
That was responsible for many deaths.
Yeah.
So a horrible, tough, hardened drug cartel leader. So
yeah. So here's the thing that surprised me, that that you like this movie a lot more than I did.
But I didn't love it. I was just like,
yeah,
weird. It was weird. It's also a French director directing a Spanish. It's not all in Spanish, but it's English and Spanish subtitled. It's a musical that's very experimental. And basically, I describe the plot as Mrs. Doubtfire with a trans drug dealer. Yeah. Because once he transitions, he sort of reinserts himself into the family, including his ex-wife, who doesn't recognize him, his kids, who doesn't recognize him, because he is not the man they used to know. He is Emilia Perez, right?
We're gonna have gender criticism.
Weird. Yeah. Look, how do you talk about this movie without bringing it up? I mean, look, all I'm saying is I admired it. It's nowhere near as good as Wicked. Give me a break. And
for a musical,
we know why. Wait, we know why this is getting praise, because it's checking all the boxes. It's on Netflix, which means most people haven't seen it, and it's winning all these awards. Are they going to ride it to Oscar? I don't know. I'm confused as to why this is getting so much attention and success, but I should not be, is what I'm saying.
So let me tell you,
and I'm interrupting your review.
I know this is my review. You already reviewed.
Shut up.
Okay, so first of all, apologies to Mufasa. Emilia Perez is the worst movie of the year.
Oh wow!
And this is it. Just confounds me because we're watching the Golden Globes at our watch party. It wins. Okay, I'll give it a chance. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this movie is god awful. And let me just come at it from the musical standpoint. The music in this movie is awful. You say it's experimental. You can't. I mean, it's just the thing about musicals is you sing a song because you need to express feelings and emotions that you can't say in just normal conversation. And so you sing, that's why you sing. But in this movie, all of the songs are basically dialogue in the movie set to song. And so
you're like Joker 2?
No, Joker 2 at least chose songs that had emotion and depth behind it. Whether it executed it well, the songs they chose, the Cole Porter songs, I believe ABBA or someone, I'm not going to go through and try to remember all the songs in Joker, but at least those songs had emotion behind it, and it was about feeling a certain way in a certain situation.
Right.
So, like the song "Vaginoplasty" is a song about.
It's a great song. It's a great song. I'm going to sing it later.
Yeah, please sing "Vaginoplasty." It's just, again, if you took the music away and just took the substance of the song, you have a straightforward musical. Then from there, so the music awful. I do not know how you can say that the music in Emilia Perez is better than Wicked.
No,
There's
I'm not
no way.
But the Golden Globe voters, whoever those are, they did say that.
Yes,
but
the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. That should say it all right there.
And to be clear, it's not like I gave this movie a great review. I gave it a very mixed review, but admired that it swung for the fences and was just plain weird. And the third act, there's like this crazy shootout battle with cars and guns. That's and I'm like, you never see that in a musical. So I like movies. I like movies that try to be different and take risks and are weird. This does that. Does it succeed? No. But it's got some really admirable parts, as you pointed out. Vaginoplasty, the song.
Yes. Okay. I'll give you Vaginoplasty. But look, and before anyone criticizes me about the music, yes, there's a moment where Emilia Perez is standing up for women's rights and for domestic abuse, and they have this banquet, and she kind of has her Evita Peron moment. I'll give you that. But other than that, the music is just dialogue set to music. There's no melody. It's very forgettable. Then let's move on to other things such as the acting. Look, I watched the movie and thought to myself, does Selena Gomez even know how to speak Spanish? And then I texted Polly and I said, what did you think of Selena's Spanish? And he said it was bad. It was really bad. You watch Selena Gomez. The way I've seen a lot of Mexican films from Mexico.
Yeah.
And people don't speak Spanish like that. So clearly she's, trying to, it's like me trying to be in a Chinese movie. As hard as I'll try, I'll never sound like an authentic Chinese person. Okay, then you have the biggest problem of the movie, and I think this is the reason why why certain trans people don't like this movie, because it's set up that Emilia Perez is this brutal cartel leader, and the moment the transition occurs, she is now this loving activist, woman. She basically, the sex change operation made her into a virtuous person,
right?
And look, the third act kind of resolves that, but that's the kind of thing that there's just no nuance, there's no subtext in that second act, because instantly a great person. And I thought it was the only clever part about this movie is that it kind of addresses that in the third act, but it doesn't do it very well. And and I think the real reason the trans community is not really embracing this movie is because it's the idea that Emilia Perez transitioned in order to escape the law, as opposed to being a person who is struggling with their gender, which she kind of does, but the way the story is written and the way the story plays out, it feels like that she just did it to avoid the law. And I think that's where a lot of the problems is. You could talk to Polly about the issue, the Latin America issues with this movie, but this is the worst movie of the year, and I cannot believe that it's going to get the recognition it deserves, because it is a fundamentally horrible movie made in terms of the craft of making movies. This movie just fails on all levels.
Well, so first of all, it's not as bad as Craven, but it's bad for look, I gave it a mixed review. I think there are things that look. Also, by the way, you should be clear. I love David Lynch movies. Mm-hmm. This is almost if David Lynch made a musical, this could be it. Now, would it be great? No, but it would still be interesting, and that's why I think this movie is interesting.
Let me say this about Craven, though. I had fun not liking Craven.
True, we all did. That was one of the most fun screenings. Was Paul Chato was with a Script Doctor. It was a whole group of us went. Dante, Da. It was great. But
look, me going into this, there's this idea that there's certain subjects that you just can't criticize. And the trans issue is the hot one right now. But thankfully, this movie is just awful, period. And so, I think, come at me. You can call me a transphobe, but all I'm telling you is, in terms of making a movie, Emilia Pérez is the worst movie of the year.